On this episode, I begin by leaving Florida and entering Georgia via old US Highway 441. First time I've ever crossed the Florida-Georgia line on 441. I'm heading through Georgia today, traveling through Georgia, and I decided to take a route I've never taken before. And we're taking Cone Highway, the other name for 441. It says right here in 1936, the State Road Department of Florida has designated this highway as the Cone Highway. So I'm actually leaving the Cone Highway. It begins in Florida in honor of Florida's 27th governor, Frederick Preston Cone. Goodbye, Florida. Goodbye, Columbia County. It's super quiet and there's much ahead. US 441 North entering Georgia is also Georgia Highway 89. This is my main route to my main subject matter today, mostly just taking the Georgia Backroads, going to places I've never been before. Just a few miles inside of Georgia, and I've already found an abandoned home. Look at this place. There's a bunch of junk on the porch there. This has definitely seen better days. Looks like they used to have satellite. There's an old barn out back. A lot of junk up in there too. I'm noticing there's bars on the windows. Also there's more stuff back in here. Whoa. There's another house back here. This one even older. Doors open. Just gonna take a peek. Toolbox. Hello? Hello? Oh wow. Just a lot of junk. There's a nice painting there. Hello? Creepy. Roof is coming in. This place could be 100 years old at least. Ugh, a lot of bugs. At one point I had power. Holy crap, there's another house back here. 3 abandoned houses, 1 property. Check out this old shack. Could be someone living in there. No. Definitely not. Found the old front gate. Couple posts, that's all that's left. Ugh. Highway just right there. Alright, I'm out of here. I came to a fork in the road. Actually just came from that direction, up 441. Behind me there's a split. Could not pass this up. Look at this. It says bait right up there. Old bait and tackle shop. This place is wide open. Someone's got their trailers just sitting out here. A lot of tires. It says Texer. Looks like it could have been an old restaurant at some point too. I see a lot of booths in there. Wow. Yeah, it's wide open. Looks like this used to be the counter. There's the old booth. Yeah, not much going on in here. So this is where Georgia 94 and 89 cross paths. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J, and today I'm traveling through Georgia, taking the back roads, and there's something I want to see. Something that popped up a couple years ago and I marked it on my map. It is a theme park, so to speak, but one like no other. This is actually a very unique place. It is called Super Forest World, and think of it more like a conservation roadside museum, roadside attraction. But I saw some pictures and it looks pretty unique, and I want to check it out. The name is what is bringing me there, Super Forest World, and it's in Waycross, Georgia. So we're gonna see what we see along the way there, and then some after. There's much ahead. And not too far from where I last left off, we enter Fargo, Georgia. Welcome to Fargo, Georgia, gateway to the Okefenokee and home of the Suwannee River. So the Suwannee River runs right through here, and it's actually down the hill. I crossed the bridge over the Suwannee. Inside the park before the actual Suwannee River, there's a memorial here donated by Charles J. Hayden, erected in memory of Stephen Collins Foster at the source of the stream, which he made immortal, his song, in song, Swanee River. That's really cool. Wow, so it begins here. So I decided to take a look at the Swanee River, parked in front of this park pavilion. A lot of sand, also a boat launch. There's the bridge I just drove over. Wow, it's beautiful out here. Birds are singing. Watch out for alligator and lost bicycles. It's not bad looking. Look at that murky water. Wow. Yeah, that's a black river. Check this out. Someone has created a ladder up that tree, and there's a rope. Nice swimming spot. This is a way to begin a nice day in Georgia. I like it. Got really quiet, no traffic. Listen. Ooh, I see bubbles right there. It could be a gator. Right there. Whoa. You see those bubbles? Not gonna get too close. All right, here's something you don't see every day. Old school diner. Now, we're not talking old school like retro. We're talking about a diner in an old school. I've never seen that before. This is an old high school or maybe elementary school. Over there, there's a neon open sign. I'm not hungry right now, but I wish I was. That's really cool. Out back, they still have the old playground. Old school diner. And look at this, an old caboose. Wonder if we can climb up there. Oh, wow. You can go inside. Check this out. Hello? I've been to a lot of cabooses along the roadside. I've never been able to get in one. There's an old wood burning stove in here. Ooh, probably a lot of asbestos. Check this out. I could actually climb up there. Wow, 2 seats. That's a treat. Old school diner and caboose. Come check them out. That's pretty amazing if you think about it. They are open and not terribly busy right now. Reminds me of old Spiceland Elementary in Spiceland, Indiana, where my dad went to elementary school. Similar windows, similar era, similar brick. Had to take a closer look at the playground too. This takes place at a restaurant to a whole new level. Doesn't look like this playground's been played on for quite some time. Check it out. They've got the old lunch tables over here. It'd be cool if you could eat on the lunch tables inside the old school diner. If you've ever eaten here, comment below. I wish I was hungry. Home style cooking. I'm assuming this is the old gym right there. Yeah. Fun. So much fun. All right, folks. Now stopped at this small town called Argyle. Yes, like the clothing pattern. Water tower right on the corner here. An abandoned structure that caught my eye. Looks like it used to be some sort of an old general store. Peek through the window here. Hello? Whoa. Yeah, this place is so old and it smells so good. Oh, check this out. Doors wide open on the front side. A lot of porcelain right there. Jeez. Wow. Oh, this used to be an old parts store. Belts hanging. And I think those are Gates belts. If those are Gates belts, I used to sell a bunch of Gates belts at Napa Auto Parts. Napa proudly serves Gates. Looks like Super Express taco store across the way. That looks like an old general store. Check this out. Take a screenshot, it'll last longer. Welcome to Argyle, Georgia. This is it, right here. Don't blink, as they say. Just a little blinking stoplight, that's it. I just realized I've been calling this place Super Forest World. It's Southern Forest World. That's funny. I think it's because I have Super Nintendo World fresh in my mind from Epic Universe. I have now made it to Waycross, Georgia. I'm fueling up here at this Circle K on the corner. Notice there's no options for the others. I think they just have 87, although it says premium. 272 per gallon, it's not terrible. It's better in Florida right now. Look at this. There's a sign right in the median. Hold on, let me zoom in. That says, I walked out so you can see it a little closer. Southern Forest World, 1 mile. All right, folks, I have reached my main destination. Southern/Super Forest World Tree and Forestry Museum. And I'll tell you what, I wish my grandpa was here because he would really appreciate this. He was had his own timber company. He taught me everything I know about trees. Check it out. Inside the trees, a very unique building. And over here, we've got a train, Southern Forest Flyer. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, I pulled off into the parking lot here. Nice little shade spot, only one other car here. Also, there's more stuff over here. I saw a sign that says the entrance to the museum is around the corner. Wanted to come out front just to show you what was going on here. Very unique building, and I see a lot of stuff going on in the back. Doesn't look like we enter here. I just want to show you they've painted a lot of animals. Oh, maybe we can go in here. Please pay admission inside. Okay, let's see how much it is. Check out the artwork. That's really cool. There's two of Chris's favorites. A cardinal and a raccoon. Look at that. That's awesome. I'm going to send her a picture. Also, there's a little bobcat down here. And a rattlesnake. Got to show the rattlesnake. Whoa. Wow. Oh my gosh. There's a tree in here. Wow. Alright. First things first. Underneath the fox. What does the fox say? He says, go into the trunk of the tree. So it literally begins right here. Also, there's like a creepy tree over here. Looks like an interactive tree. What? I don't think he's working, but he's cool. And right here in the case, stuffed gator. Taxidermy gator, and also a bird. Flora and fauna of the Okefenokee swamp. That's what it's representing here. This exhibit was provided by Mr. Don Barronhill. Oh, it's going off.
Welcome to Southern Forest World. You are in for a real treat as you tour this backfill facility, which depicts the fascinating true story of Southern forestry and how by using the forest wisely, it can benefit all mankind, both now and in the future. Today, wood is being transformed into paper, lumber, plastics, adhesives, solvents,
That's so cool.
food additives, and 1,000 other useful products.
They were unaware of anything being in here, so it was sewed down, sewed up, and already loaded.
Oh my gosh.
When he got off for one reason, just to check the load. And he said when he got close enough he could see claws, he said, oh my God.
That is a mummified dog. Yes. Wow, that's incredible.
If it isn't strong enough, I'll go get it.
Wow.
Another light, but
I wonder what breed it was.
it was a brown and white hound dog.
Okay. Yeah, I got a hound dog at home. A beagle.
And this one had been trained to run raccoons, so we feel like the raccoon went in the tree, and he went in after it.
Oh, wow. Does he have a name?
So after he had been here for a while, they decided we didn't need to just call him Dog anymore. So they had a contest, so now his name is Stucky.
Stucky. Oh, like Stuckies. I like Stuckies. That's awesome.
We spell it a little bit different.
A little bit different?
The Stucky candy.
He's in a log, and he's stuck, so there's a lot of things going on there.
Yes. But it's amazing how far he got up, because they were cutting this in 7-foot sections. This is your fourth cut, and this is the original cut.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And so it was 28 feet up.
Wow, that's a big tree up there too.
That's a man-made tree there.
Yeah, that's nice. All right, Stucky, it's nice to meet you.
I didn't even see standing.
Right, yeah, the flash really, you see everything going on in there.
Yes.
That's incredible. Oh, you can actually walk into the tree. Whoa, it's a spiral staircase.
You can go upstairs.
All right, yeah, I'll have to definitely do this. All right, so I got a little jump start thanks to Bertha, who just let us know about the Mummified Dog. It was a $5 entry into this museum. So $5, and I'm already well worth the $5. We begin with a giant tree. So here's that. Out there's the front. That's where you start. I'm just gonna kind of meander around, cover every square inch of this place. And outside they have a tree, a real tree that you can walk inside of. Displayed here in the glass with a light behind it. All the different types of trees. These are upland hardwoods, loblolly pine. See these trees a lot in Florida too. Cypress, same thing for that. Typical South Georgia pine stand. Coastal plains, upland hardwood. See a lot of those around the Tampa Bay area. And live oaks. Thinking of big live oak tree in Safety Harbor I've shown. So here is the plaque on the Mummified Dog. That is a chestnut tree, and part of the reason they said why it was mummified is because the specific acid that the chestnut tree has inside of it, and that's what mummified Stucky there. Noticing several models here. Looks like a local town of Billy's Island Lumber Camp. So this was an actual place in lumber camp. Look over there, you can see the trees being downed by the lumberjacks. The trains, very detailed model, it's so cool. There's a nice timeline right when you walk inside. Depicts America's forest, southwest, northeast, northwest, southeast. This would be us right now. Oh wow, this is really nice. Conquest of a continent. This is a display on the wood used for different instruments. Primary woods for the violin, ebony, maple, rosewood, spruce. The guitar, looks like they use a lot of different types of wood for the guitar. Spruce, ash, cedar, ebony, redwood, walnut, rosewood. Here's an example of the pieces. Here's the neck of the guitar made of rich mahogany. All right, so there's the steps upstairs. I'm gonna go there and come down the center tree eventually. Just checking out this back room real quick. Whoa, there's a car back here. Eagle sculpture. Ware, this is Ware County. Oh, this is neat, it's a train. It's a train, Southern Forest Flyer. It's a replica of the actual train out front. Look forward to seeing what that is. Oh my gosh, dude. What? Oh, that scared the crap out of me. There's a bear over there. Not just a bear. Lots of taxidermy. Hey, Mr. Bear. You startled me. You are back here by the men's room. Look at this. And then there's a plaque by his foot. It says Champion Black Bear. 493 pound male. He's 9 years old, or was 9 years old. Killed October of 1983 by James Gilbert. Wow. Largest black bear legally killed in Georgia. Whoa. That's crazy. Kind of sad though. He was a beautiful bear. They also mounted the hooves here and put an American flag below this buck. We've got a bobcat on a stump right there, and then another bobcat just kind of placed up, right? A raccoon. A lot of taxidermy in here. He's a little raccoon. Squirrel down here. Ooh. Oh, that startled me. I thought that was real. It's a snake. Is that real? Oh, man. All right. Oh, wow. This looks fun. I love places like this. Welcome to Super Forest World. I'm going to rename it. Check it out. Whoa. Oh, there's a raccoon up in the tree. Right there. Oh, this is so neat. All right, we're going to walk around this rotunda and then walk inside the tree and downstairs. Let's start to the right. Wall of forest facts. This one right here. Each American uses the equivalent of a 100-foot tree each year. Wow. Would have never guessed that. In 1772, William Barton performs the first known forest survey in Georgia. Also, in 1928, Georgia is the first to teach forestry in school. And last but not least, one more. In 1979, Georgia leads the nation in pulpwood production. Forest destruction. Of course, first thing I see is the Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. They've got some vintage posters. Think, thanks. Also, how long before arson becomes a problem in your neck of the woods? There's nothing worse in the world than an arsonist. I hate you. What would a woods arsonist have to destroy before you took it personally? Take it very personally. I mentioned this several times. My grandparents' dream market that they put their whole life savings in was burnt down by an arsonist when I was a kid. That was really sad. So, whoa, look at this. Trees in space. It's just saying that a lot of wood, different types of wood, is used in space travel. I could imagine so, because it's just so, light. They actually have a NASA display here too. Besides the suit, that's really neat. Oh, check this out, a photo opportunity. One small step for man, one giant tree for mankind. Speaking of giant tree, that's really cool. Look straight up. This is a very cool building. I'd pay $5 just to come in this building. Check out the giant bird in front of the raccoon. Ooh. What is that? Looks like a hawk or an osprey. Wow, yeah, I think it's a hawk. All right, how about this for a chainsaw? Whoa, that's gigantic. I love me some antique chainsaws. My dad had a ton of them. My grandpa too. Him having a timber company. Small one in Indiana. Hoosier Timber Consultants was the name of it. This is a Mercury chainsaw. I was gonna say steel because of the orange, but it says Mercury right there. Mercury Motors, just like boats. There's a couple more antique saws down here. Really big. Look at this one. Looks like it hugs the tree right there, that bracket. And then they have a cypress mill schematic. Kind of shows you what happens here, the logs being loaded. Then it goes to the next picture. Southern Forest World, the forests are sustainable future. And they have several logs here, stages and preparing saw timber. Okay, so these are the different stages. Top sides, bottom, and gang saw cuts. So yeah, they're actually cutting the boards. So this is the last process right there. This is the top sides, bottom cuts, bottom and side cuts. I'm going backwards. Bottom cut. And this is the pine log. This is how it starts. So they shave quite a bit off there for that whole process. That's cool. I've always wondered what that looked like. All right, don't poop on me. It'd be a ghost poop. Into the tree. There's stuff to read. Wow. That's actually a long way down, as they say. And there's a hole, a lookout hole right there. Look, it's been blocked off. That way, you don't throw anything down that. Last spiral staircase I went down was in St. Louis, the Lent Brewery. Who remembers that? Ooh, watch your head here. Ooh, watch out. Like that they have lights in here. Very nice. And we made it. Cool. All right, so now it's time to go out back. All right, so I just came out the back there, down the porch, down the stairs. There's the building. Here's the giant cypress log that I think we can get inside of. Diameter 106 inches. Never been inside a giant cypress tree. Let's do it. Here we go. Hello. Wow. Whoa, don't trip. Look up. Now that's amazing. Wow. Check it out. Not bad. I feel like I'm in a cave right here. That's neato. Look at that. Take a screenshot. It'll last longer. That's cool. I'll take a photo or two in here. Wonder how old this is. I'd say it's at least 500 or 600 years old compared to some of the Cypress Tree that I know the ages of from Florida I visited. Thinking of the one in the Gothi State Forest, the giant, 900 years old. So the plaque says, just has the dimensions, doesn't say how old it is, but yeah, it's gotta be pretty old. Idea house. I've got an idea. That always happens to me. They've got a nice playground out here for the kiddos. Look at this. Big tree fort. Slide. Nice. Also, a couple slides over there. A lot of places to sit, relax. Underneath this shed on the way to the tree, they've got an old log cart. It says it right there, log cart. Looks like it's from the 1800s. If you ask me, the giant wheels. Yeah, it's really old. Wow, they had to be huge, man. A lot of weight. For $5, you can see a mummified dog, climb inside of a cypress tree, and see everything else. That was so much fun. I would have paid $10 for that at least, maybe more. Great stop. And it's not over. Gotta check out this train out front. This looks like a photograph of the train we're about to see up front. Looks like before it was brought here. Here's an old picture of its prime, Southern Forest Flyer. All right, bought a couple things. Check this out. Spent less than $10 in there, actually less than $9. $8 and some change, and I got a cool bag. And last but not least, before we get going here, here's the train that we saw in the photo, and I confirmed it. They said in there that this train was actually from a place called Union Camp, and it is the one we saw in the photo. It's been somewhat restored. It's been sitting here for a long time. It says it's a 1905 wood burner steam logger, and it was used at Union Camp in 1982. The cabbage stack design assisted with preventing ashes from the stack starting forest fires. Okay, so this was actually used at SFW Union Camp, which was I believe it was like a mill from 1900 to 1940. It says it right there on the sign. It's really cool that it's here. Yeah, great. Check them out. Southern Forest World, or as I call it, Super Forest World. Super and Southern. It's both. Hope you enjoyed it. $5. That was great. All right, guys. So it's 8 minutes after 1. I have 322 miles until tonight's hotel, so I got to get going. Also, we'll see what we see along the way. I still have a lot of Georgia to travel through. Traveling among the tree. Looks like I'm taking mostly, I think this is US 1 or bus 1. It says 1 on the map. All the way through Georgia. I'm gonna end up in the Carolinas tonight at some point. I'm actually now going to get stopped by that same train. It comes back this way. The sunroof really comes in handy. Look at this. Hello. All right, just gotta wait it out. Okay, so I pulled off of US Highway 1 north. I'm heading up 1. I'm gonna turn off about 80 miles or so. I had to stop here in Alma, Georgia. Actually did a U-turn. Welcome to Jay's IGA grocery store, Jay's and Son. Oh, that's cool. I had to. I'm gonna take a picture with the sign. When I was a kid, we used to shop at an IGA food store in Indiana. Actually, that was called Becker's IGA. It is currently now a Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, that's one of the establishments in it, but I had to stop and check out Jay's Hometown Proud. I'm not gonna go inside. I might take a picture, why not? Throw it on my Instagram story or something later. All right, wow. I did another U-turn. Look at this. Talk about the space age. Mid-century. Still in Alma, Georgia. This bank. One of the smallest banks I've ever seen. Look at that. Straight out of the 1960s. This is the sign. This is Pineland Bank. Drive-through, 24-hour ATM and drive-through banking. That's pretty incredible. They got an ATM to the right. I've never seen anything like that. I'm gonna drive all the way around it. That is so cool. Wow. Neat building. Reminds me of LAX a little bit. Same era. That is the smallest bank I've ever seen. Who knew? Alma, Georgia. I also saw a Domino's here that's in a former Taco Bell. Or no, not Taco Bell. Pizza Hut. A Domino's in an old Pizza Hut building. Never seen that before either. What a cool building. Alright, I turned around because I had to show you. I've never seen a Domino's in a former Pizza Hut. I like Alma, Georgia. It's fun. This is US 1. Well, ain't that America? A Pizza Hut across from a Domino's. This is literally across the street. And the Pizza Hut is in a plaza. Normally, typically, Domino's, at least back in Tampa, are in a plaza. It's funny here in Alma. I like it. Stopped to stretch my legs. Still on US 1. This is Baxley, Georgia. Looks like it used to be a convenience store. Not much of anything anymore. Literally just stopped to stretch my legs. I thought this was a cool spot to do so. Stop. Says it right there on the porch. Stop. In the name of love. I don't know where I was going with that. All right, back to the car. All right, so I've stopped in Baxley, Georgia. This is the Appling County Courthouse. Very nice looking courthouse. Right over here, just pulled off the road right here, US 1. Oh, there's a cool Coke mural over there. I gotta check that out. This county, created by acts of the legislature December 15th, 1818, December 21st, 1819, and December 20th, 1824, is named for the Colonel Daniel Appling, who served in the War of 1812. Residents voted Baxley as the county seat in 1872, and it was incorporated in 1875. A lot of dates. The first seat approval by the legislation in 1828 was at Holmesville. I think I passed through Holmesville on the way here, which was charted in 1854. Among the first county officers who took office in 1820 were, and here's all the names. I'm not going to say them all. No disrespect, but if you take a screenshot, it'll last longer. It's a beautiful courthouse. Nice little town. Got a water tower over there. I turned off of Tippin Street, or parked off of Tippin Street. Coca-Cola, Barnes Drug Store, prescriptions, soda, candy, cigar, and sandwiches. I'm guessing that used to be the old Barnes General Store right there. Not much going on down here. If it wasn't for the traffic, it would be pretty dead. All right, it's just shy of 4 o'clock. I'm having a late lunch. Decided to go with Zaxby's here in Swainsboro, Georgia. I still have over 3 hours to go to the hotel tonight, and there's still much ahead, still much to see, a lot of daylight left. I got a chicken sandwich. No fries, but I got chicken tenders. Yeah. I'm hungry. First thing I've eaten all day. And a little ways north of Swainsboro on Route 56. Abandoned structure here. Seen a lot better days. This side especially. The roof is gone. Oh yeah. This place hasn't seen anyone in a long time. Take a peek inside the window. Oh wow. Ooh, a lot of old crates in here. Maybe it used to be a produce stand of some sort. Yuck. Not much going on here. Alright, so stopped here in this town called Midville, Georgia. This is Railroad Street. Railroad tracks go right down the center of Midville, it appears right there, yeah. Several buildings here. Just completely vacant. This used to be an old hardware store. I see Tool right there. Welcome to Midville. I wonder what this used to be. There is one door on that entire building. Looks like the facade's been covered over. And only the last establishment on the end, Midville Warehouse. And, well, that's it. This is Midville Warehouse. Got some grain silos out here. Very unique. the other side of the tracks, a little more hopping. Mama's Homestyle Cooking Restaurant. The Philly Station. I wonder what that is. Stafford. Sign shop. So midway through Midville, it picks up a little bit. All right, check this out. This is Highway 56. That way, Augusta. I did a U-turn. There's a KFC bucket in the front yard of this house. How random is that? Everyone needs a little KFC. This house right here has got a lot of it. That's so cool. I'm kind of jealous. Old school KFC bucket. Probably came off one of the old original KFC signs. That's pretty neato. And also, there's a shark over here. What's going on? This house is awesome. Looks like the shark ate something, or is eating someone. That's really neat. And it looks like it's metal. Check out the teeth. Those are actually razor sharp. Those might actually be sharper than shark's teeth. I mean, they're just sheet metal. This is really neat. There's that bucket again. Really wacky. All right, so I am almost to Augusta. I have not seen an interstate since I left Florida. I've been traveling, stopping all day through Georgia, and I'm almost to South Carolina. All right, look at this place. Welcome to Hephzibah, Georgia. It's an abandoned mansion. All right, there's definitely a private property, no trespassing sign on the porch there. So I'm gonna keep going. Looks like someone might be maintaining this property, but no one's living here. It's freaking beautiful. I hope to restore it. It's gotta be well over 110, 120 years old if I had to guess. Just crossed the Savannah River. Hello, South Carolina. It's good to be back. All right, folks, so just pulled over at this Pilot. Fueled up, $2.85 a gallon. Got myself some sparkling mineral water. Made in America. It actually came all the way from Florida, just like me. Naturally occurring minerals and electrolytes. Cost about $3. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and sticking to the end. I'm going to end it right here. I'm not staying in South Carolina. I'm actually driving right through it tomorrow night. As mentioned in the previous video, Haunt is about to be on. Halfway to Halloween, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm doing up here this weekend. So, yeah, stay tuned. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. If it was your first time, please feel free to subscribe below. I just became a full-time YouTube channel, and there's going to be a lot more videos coming. So, we've only just begun. Hope to see you there. All right, guys. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are, what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. See you later. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. That's really good. I like it. Hope you enjoyed the video.